Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So we will go to part A, question 1. What is FAR570 operating segment? First, it is a guideline for company to report their operating segment. FAR570 operating segment is standard that issued by MASB in July 2009. It is a guideline for company to report their operating segment in their annual and interim financial statement. Second, operating segment is a component of entity which engage in company business that can earn revenue or incur expenses. This means the company can get separate financial data like revenue, expenses and profit for the specific component of the business. These activities will regularly reviewed by Chief Operating Decision Maker for resource allocate and measure their performance. Third, and lastly, there are also non-operating segment, for example, Human Resources Department and also Research and Development Department. This is because these departments do not meet the FAR570 requirements as they do not earn any revenue.
CODM is a function and not necessarily a person within a public entity responsible for a company overall strategy and performance. The function is to allocate resource and assess the performance of the operating segment. It is likely to vary from entity to entity. It may be the CEO, the Chief Operating Officer, the Senior Management Team, or the Board of Directors. The title or titles of the person identified as CODM is not relevant. The CODM of Ajinomoto Malaysia Berhad is the Managing Director, which is Mr. Desakuwalami, and the Executive Director, Mr. Taishi Akiyama. They are responsible for overseeing the performance of the company's business segment and making major strategic and operational decisions. Ajinomoto Malaysia Berhad have two types of segment report in financial reporting, which are business segment and geographical segment. There are two business segments, which are consumer business segment and industry business segment. Consumer business segment consists of manufacture and distribution of consumer product, including Ajinomoto umami seasoning, to meat, seri aji, frozen food and other seasoning, while industry business segment consists of manufacture and distribution of MSG for industrial use, industry seasoning and related product. Next, geographical segment. Geographical segment, the report has only prepared for revenue as the company's assets are located in Malaysia. Sales to external customers disclosed in geographical segment are based on geographical location of each customer, which is Malaysia, Middle East, other ASEAN countries and others. Here, we also conduct a 10% test. Under MFRS 8, the segment is reportable if it meets any of the 10% qualitative threshold, that is 10% of total revenue, profit or loss, or total asset. Based on the company business segment as 31st March 2025, as you can see in the table, the consumer segment represents 70.5%, while industry segment represents 29.5%. Since both segments are more than 10% of the total asset, both the consumer and industrial segment are considered reportable segment. Next, this slide shows the identification of reportable geographical segment based on revenue. For the year 2025, the company's total revenue is 684,504,063 ringgit, which divide into 4 regions that result in Malaysia 56.71%, Middle East 22.07%, other Asian countries 19.72% and others 1.5%. Therefore, this shows that Malaysia, Middle East and other Asian countries are reportable segment, while others region is not reportable because does not meet the 10% threshold.
Next, for the fourth question is benefits of segmental reporting. First, it helps users to evaluate performance of different business activities. It will help users and investors to see which part of the company performs better. And it shows that consumer segment is the main source of revenue. Second, assist management in allocating resources efficiently. This will help management to decide where to invest more, which focusing in the stronger segment to increase their future performance. Next, improve understanding of geographical markets. This will allow users to understand which regions contribute most sales and evaluate any market risk. Last but not least, enhance international competitiveness. By comparing performance between companies, management can benchmark and improve their efficiency for each region.
Hi, my name is Aimatiha and I'm going to present about FAR570. Internal reporting covers financial period shorter than a full year. It applies when an entity chooses or is required to prepare interim report, which can be complete or condensed. The report focuses on new activities, not repeating and new information, and they must disclose significant events. They also include comparative figures from prior periods. Preparation can use either the integral or discrete method, and reports are usually half-yearly or quarterly, covering the current period, year-to-date, and comparative. Since the last reporting period, the company had a few big events that affected its finances and performance. First, it paid off a one-off special dividend of RM128.9 million, which brought down total asset and equity. This is shown on page 9 of the MDA under financial condition. It's a major move because it shows the company giving cash back to the shareholders. Second, there was an asset disposal which also changes the total asset and adds some cash to the company. Finally, the company launched several new products in 2025 like Aminovital and also Ajinomoto seasonings and other Ajinomoto products listed on page 3 of In History and Milestones. These launches help boost sales, grow brand, and show the company is investing in new ideas. It could be costly at first, but good for profit in the long run.
So, for part B, question 3, I'm going to present to you the current interim period and comparative interim period for Ajinomoto Berhad. So, why we need to compare for both periods? This is to ensure consistency, evaluate performance, and provide transparency to stakeholders. So, as you can see in Statement of Financial Position, which was started on 1st January to 31st March 2025, and we compare with last year, which was on 1st January to 2024 to 31st March 2024, there is a decrease on total asset, which was from 1.09 billion to 976 billion. And this is mainly due to fall in liquid investment and cash balance, and as the company distribute higher dividend and repaid borrowing. Next is Statement of Comprehensive Income. The current period is 31st March 2024 to 31st March 2025. And as you can see here, Ajinomoto recorded an exceptional profit before tax of 452.6 billion, which was mainly due to one-off gains from disposal asset or land. Third statement is Statement of Cash Flow. The current period is 1st April 2024 to 31st March 2025. And as we compare with the last year, the net cash generated from operating activities is increased slightly from 63.6 million to 68.7 million, which is reflecting a stable operational performance. The last one is Statement of Changes in Equity. Ajinomoto's retained earnings were reduced compared to last year, mainly due to high dividend payout in current year.